Good morning, YouTube people. Nick with NK Landscaping again. Today we're getting loaded up, or we're mostly loaded up. So we're going back to a job that we've been to before. You may remember the one where we did the railroad tie retaining wall and steps. We're going back to add, I think, like 2 or 3 more sections of steps. There's something she didn't want to do the first time, but then after we built everything, she was like, might as well put the rest of it in. So I got everything in here for railroad tie work. I got the excavator, and then I've got Dan and Mike with me today. They're generally the mowing crew, so they're taking the dump truck. We got a bunch of railroad ties over there that we're gonna load up to go to the job, and then they've got a load of trash to go to the trash place, because we're also gonna be loading out some trash on the job. So I'm just grabbing some batteries here for all our battery tools, then we'll head over to the job, and I'll check in with you when we're there. All right, I just showed up on site. Same thing as before. You might remember this job. So we were here, oh, I don't know, a couple months ago to put that wall and those stairs in. I'm gonna get unloaded. We've got our railroad ties right there, and then Mike and Dan have a load. They're just at the gas station. That truck was empty. We just got back from the shop. Didn't have any fuel in it. So I'm gonna get unloaded here, and then we'll start figuring out the game plan. Probably gonna try to move these right over to the work site. Same with the stuff that's coming on their truck. There's not a lot of access anymore since we built the wall. I did leave room for access in the future, so I'm gonna sneak through right behind the wall there, and I'll go up and we'll pile everything below the wall so I can just bring it up into the work site. But like I said, gotta get unloaded here. We'll go from there. Alright, I got the excavator unloaded, as you can see. I'm gonna attempt to pick up this bundle of 6x6s. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it, but I'm gonna be optimistic and give it a shot. Damned. That makes life easy. That's a bundle of railroad ties over the side, kind of sloped downhill, and it's doing it. That's insane. Can't complain about that. So I was able to get that bundle up on top of the wall there, just barely. So now we're gonna unload what's in the truck here onto the forks, swing those over, and then I can bring the excavator up behind the wall there and start demoing. We got the excavator up the hill, and I just trimmed some of those branches that were in my way, and now I'm going to start pulling this apart. Should be relatively easy. The only thing is I think this is nailed to that post, so we'll just have to be careful when we get in there, but tear it apart.
You want to get a photo of that?
It'd be like one of the airport things. we have a hammer?
There's a sledgehammer.
Give that thing a smack. More close to where the nail is. Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
So we got the existing steps and concrete pulled out. I just cut up the wood into some chunks. Dan's gonna haul that off to the dump place. The concrete just nicely stacked over here. We'll haul that off at the end because that goes to a different place. Mike's gonna stay with me. We're gonna get this excavated, so I need to check my grades to see if we're within 6-inch increments from there to the step over here. So get digging once Dan leaves and get moving. He's gonna stop the quarry too to pick up a load of stone. So I'll check in with you in a minute. Okay, Dan is out to get the stuff. I calculated that it's gonna be 4 steps. There's 23 inches between here and there. So there's gonna be 4 total steps, and then we're going to basically work on making a bunch of the packs like last time. So we're gonna cut a bunch of these to 4 foot and assemble them into like a big pack, so we have, you know, our steps going this way. Well, Dan is gone because I don't want to dig too much because he can only haul like 2.5 tons, and we'll just adjust our thickness depending on what he actually gets at the quarry there. So I think I was wrong in the other video. I think there's only actually going to be 3 step ups. We basically have a 16-foot run here, so we'll do 2 8-foot steps. So we brought 8 boards here because they're 6 inches thick, so 2 of them make a foot. So we got 8 of those to do 8 feet. I'm gonna cut them to their 4 foot lengths. We'll put them aside, and then we'll start making the packs out of them. Okay, we got what we think to be enough railroad ties to do the 2 steps and then the last third turn step. So these are all cut to 4 foot. We got to cut a bunch of rebar now to pin these all together. So we're going to start making a bunch of 4-packs, and it'll basically, for these 2 steps, it'll be four 4-packs in conjunction to make like kind of like a walkway or a boardwalk or whatever you want to call it. So we're going to go grab some rebar and get cutting that so we can start making these packs. So we got the rebar up here. I'm going to start cutting our 18-inch sections. So that's what we use to pin into the ground. So it's basically going to be, I think, 16 per side for this first step. I think we need 32 pieces of that. And then we'll cut our 12s as well to pin all the blocks together. I'm not sure if we have enough rebar. This is just what we brought with us that we had at the yard, but we'll see. So we're constructing our 4-pack pieces now, so we're drilling and then pinning them with rebar, and we'll just keep making 4-packs because they're the easiest to handle. You make them any bigger than that and they're just really hard to lift and maneuver. So we'll just make a bunch of these because we basically need 4 per step for these first 2 steps. So we need 8 total of these packs. We'll put them to the side, then we'll dig and get everything leveled to lay them down. Alright, Dan's back with lunch. We got 4 of the 4-packs made, so that's 1 full landing's worth. So 8 foot of step there. So we're working on the next one we need to make. So this will be 3 more. That'll be the second landing. And then we need to do 3 more for the top landing. So we're gonna eat some lunch here and then get back to making blocks. Done with lunch and just making packs. That's going to be the name of the game for the next, probably the rest of the day, to be honest with you. We have to make so many of these. But I'm going to throw you up on time lapse and you'll see us rip through this. Okay, so I just loaded out all that concrete debris that's going away, and we got our 12 4-packs made. Excess railroad ties over there. Everything's parked for tonight. We're going home, and tomorrow we will start installing everything. So we're just gonna leave the dump truck there overnight. Oh, no need to take that home. That's got all our gravel in it. Yeah, check back in with you tomorrow. All right, good morning, guys. We're back for day 2. Nice foggy morning. We're gonna pick right back up where we left off yesterday. So we have all 12 full-size 4-packs that we need made already. So today we're gonna get unloaded. We're gonna focus on digging out the area for the steps, getting that all to grade, and then I can move this truck out of the way, back the dump truck right up into this little cove, and we'll start installing the gravel. See a deer right back there? Just munching on some grass. Hi. Alright, we're gonna get unloaded here and get moving. Okay, we got everything marked out here. That's a little wider than a 4-foot dig, just so we have room. From this line here, not the end, but from this line to this line here is 9 feet, and then from this line to this corner is 9 feet. So that's basically 4 4-packs plus a 2-pack on the end, which gets us that extra foot. So this section from here to there is going to be one long boardwalk with a step up to another long boardwalk to a final step. So we're going to get this all dug out here to grade. We're going to do a 4-inch base. So I got my laser set for that. We're going to dig that out, put all the dirt to the side, and then once we're ready, we'll back the truck in there for gravel. Alright, so we got this first area dug. It looks really deep over there, but it'll work out. I'm going to move my truck out of the way real quick so we can get the dump truck in here, start taking stone, getting it in here and packed in, and then we can start laying down our bricks here. Alright, got the truck loaded up in place. I'm going to scoop gravel into here, get our 4-inch base, packed everything, and go from there. Okay, we got our gravel graded out. It's just working on the back. We had a little extra in there. So we're gonna start taking our packs, laying them out here. Like I said, I'm gonna overlap this first one 6 inches onto this existing one just to tie everything together. We'll pin the rebar. Yeah, should be relatively quick going now. We'll just start laying down the blocks and do our 4-pack. Make sure we get to our 9 foot, so we'll make probably a 2-pack to finish off the back of that, 2 or 3-pack. But we'll see as we get there. I may change it up, I may step up a little sooner, just depending on the grade. We'll see where everything lines up though. Okay, so we got 3 of the 4-pack blocks installed. They're all leveled. Fitz is gonna drill them so we can pin them. I think what I'm gonna do now is we're only gonna do 3, and then we're gonna step up right there, just because we're at the point where you can see we're just getting below grade there. I mean, we were on the last block too, but now we can step up. We don't have to do any crazy backfill. We'll step up, and we'll see where that comes. Probably somewhere right here before we have to step up again. I think just because the grade, we'll have to do our 3 steps on the straight, and then this section will all be level with each other. So we're gonna get all these drilled and pinned.
12 inches?
Yeah, 12 inches. All right, I'll check in with you in a minute. Okay, we got this 3-pack installed. That gets us 6 feet. So I just did some grade measurements. We can do another 6 feet to bring us back to not exactly this line, but right about here. And that'll do another 6 feet. So we'll step up right on the end of that block, come back to about here, and then we'll probably do that one more step, and that'll get us to the correct level for this area. So we're gonna go dump this little bit of gravel in here. I'll dig this back just a hair more, and then we can fill this area up with gravel and lay down our next section of 3-packs. We got our next section of gravel in and leveled with the screed rods. So we just got to fill in those pipe holes that are left when we pull the pipes out. And then we'll get laying down the next section of bricks, another 6 feet. And then, like I said, I think that'll, you know, we'll do our 6-foot step up. And then we'll have one more step up after that to get to the grade that we need for that step up there. So, yeah, start smoothing stuff out and getting new pieces in. So we got that section installed. Now we're going to dig another 6-foot section. That'll get us basically to the railing post there. And then we can figure out our turn, figure out exactly what needs to happen in there. So get you set up. I got to change my battery real quick. But yeah, we're going to do that. We actually are going to need to run out at some point. The porta-band blade is completely dull. And I thought I had another one, but I don't. So we're going to have to run out and grab one of those. So once we get this installed, we'll head out to get that, some lunch, all that. All right. So here's where we're at for today. We got almost all of the stairs installed. We have to do one piece right here, and then we have to find out how to do some sort of filler for in here. Just because there's a buried step underground here that we didn't know about. But like I said, the blade is done for the hack or the porta-band, so we need that to continue with any more rebar. So that's probably going to be it for today. We'll check in with you tomorrow though. All right, good morning guys. We're back for day 3. A little bit warmer day today too, but we're just going to put those final pieces in, and that's really it. We're going to have to do our backfill and seed and straw. But like I said yesterday, we had to kind of leave because we ran out of blades for the porta-band saw, so we got those. And then got some new timber locks and a new drill bit as well. But we're gonna get unloaded here and get to it. Should be pretty simple at this point. There's not a whole lot left, so I'll check in with you in a minute. So here's where we finished off yesterday, and I just did a little excavation to figure out exactly what's going on here. So we have these existing stairs that are in pretty poor shape, but this section right here was buried. We didn't even know that existed. So if I take my level here, you'll see that if I'm level on our existing steps, and that comes in about an inch higher than the top of this last step. And that's okay. That'll just reduce the height of that, what will now be the first step from this landing. So I'm going to actually take out these 2 rotted pieces. We'll fill this with gravel. And what I'm thinking about doing, I need to add one more 6x6 here. And I'm thinking about just filling this in with like pieces that go this way, instead of doing a piece this way, just because, you know, these cuts don't line up perfectly. It's either that or I brought the skill saw with me. I'll run a skill saw cut down this to make it nice and straight. It's just that this stair is skewed off like this compared to this. So it's actually wider here than there. Still got to try to figure out what I'm going to do here, but I'm going to get these out of here first. Alright, now that we've dug out and pulled those steps, you see the issue there? So this last step, or now the last step, is not supported by anything. There are these runners here that I think this whole like block of steps is built on top of. That's like the base piece. And then we got this railing that's rotted and falling apart. We already knew about that. So what I'm thinking about doing is filling this underneath the gravel and trying to bridge this, what I'm calling a runner, from there to right behind that nail to support the front end of this step. And we'd send some rebar down through that so that when you step on this, there's actually some support under it. And then we'll build in from there, however we figure out how to do that. So we're gonna sit here and contemplate this for a minute, check in with you when we've started to do something. Okay, after some deliberating, what we did, there was a little piece that stuck out right there that that steps went on both sides. So we cut that off. We dug out all the junk. There's a lot of rotten dirt and rotten railroad tied dirt and all that. Got rid of that. Put in a nice gravel base, compacted it. So now the gravel is level with these two runners. And luckily it's a 4-foot step. So we got a nice two new 4-foot pieces. We'll put one on the bottom there that bridges the runners and stack one more on top, and that should get us that second piece of the step. And then from there we can build out our sections here just to finish this off. So we're gonna get that installed here and check back in with you in a minute. So here we are. Let's take a look at what I think is a pretty clever solution. Bottom one, pinned into these runners, the existing runners. And that's what this whole staircase is, you know, the base. So when we went to put this one on, we were low on this corner, good on that corner. So would you look at that, a little piece of rebar as a shim. So I've got rebar going into the existing stairs to tie it in place. This lower one is rebar down into these runners. So 2 pieces of rebar into the existing step, and then 3 pieces of rebar down into this new guy, which is now supported by gravel and the runners. We take a level here. Perfect. So that is now a solid step. We're now supporting this with this and these pieces of rebar. So that holds up the rest of this from collapsing. I mean, it's only a matter of time before it falls down and rots, but that'll be another project. So now we just need to figure out our last little bits here. One more piece to get out to the edge here. What I'm honestly thinking about doing is just running some, I think it's like 2 feet. It's 2 feet here and like 26 inches there. A piece from there to there. You know, just continuing out this section. Kind of almost wish I didn't install these packs here, because I could have just cut some longer full-size pieces to go from here to there. But hindsight's 20/20, and here we are in the current moment. Probably gonna put one 4-foot piece here, and the rest will just be little 2-foot chunks. So check in with you in a little minute. So I got all my little nuggets cut, and like I said, it's basically from 24 inches all the way almost 26 inches. So we're just filling up a little extra gravel to get everything level, and we'll install each kind of nugget piece all the way out to the end, and that'll wrap up the stair installation. I'm going to see if I can do something with this railing, because it's not connected to anything, but then she also wants a real railing for the rest of this. So we'll get this installed here. I'll check in with you in a minute. Alright, so we got our last little bit of blocks installed there. I'm just going around. I got to spread out the rest of this dirt. Fitz is pounding in the last little bits of rebar, and then we'll get everything tidied up here, seated and strawed, and I'll show you the final product in a minute. up, and the job is finished. So this is all what we installed last time, if you remember. And starting right here is all the new. Got this all tidied up. New bottom step. Got that post screwed in for now. All this is pinned and in. Seated and strawed. And I think we're actually coming back to do a railing down this side with a gap here for the mower. So I'll check in with you for the next one if we come back here. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you want. Helps me out, maybe, kinda. And like I said, I read all the comments every video. So I try to respond to all of them. So thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of the day.